meantime, as we're waiting for everyone to join, I would recommend taking out any pillows, any mats, any blankets, anything to be comfortable during your practice. It's going to be an hour of guided meditation, breath work, and different bowl sound healing. So please take out anything and we'll get started in 4 or 5 minutes. In the meantime, please set up a beautiful space for your practice. Take the time to really take a couple deep breaths before we get started to really get into the space. Alright, so more people will keep joining, but we'll get started. Like I said, I would recommend taking out any pillows, any mats, any blankets to really be comfortable for this practice. We're going to begin in a seated position, but you'll be able to lay down for the guided meditation and the sound journey. What we're going to be doing during this next hour together is we're going to begin with a little bit of breath work. We'll move into a guided meditation and we'll end with a sound journey. I just want to give a heads up to everyone. The sound will get much louder the moment we're going to switch from the guided meditation to the sound journey. So if you're using any headphones, make sure to adjust the sound so you don't get shocked by how loud it gets. Alright, so we're going to get started in a seated position. Back straight, shoulders relaxed, palms up. And we're going to start by inviting just a little bit of movement side to side to kind of open the hips. The hips is that space in our physical body where we hold on to a lot of emotions. So by inviting just a little bit of movement at the beginning, we're kind of surrendering any excess. We're going to come back to center, opening the shoulders and dropping them down, opening your palms up towards the heavens to fully receive. We're going to begin with 3 deep breaths together to really get into the space. Deep inhale through the nose, inhale deep. Let it all out through the mouth. 2 more. Deep inhale. Let it out. Last one. Deep inhale through the nose. We're going to bring the hands to the prayer position at the heart center, or one hand on top of the other. I want to invite you to begin this practice today by setting an intention. It can be anything from offering this practice to yourself, offering it to somebody else, calling in peace, love, abundance, gratitude. Anything that your soul is craving those days. And allowing yourself to repeat this intention 3 times in your mind in the present tense. Allowing each and every cells of your physical body, mind, soul, spirit, to receive this guidance in this right moment. It's like planting a seed in the world of meditation, and as we go through this practice, the seed will keep growing. Whenever you fully connected to that intention, we're going to release it. We're going to offer it back to the cosmos, back to the heavens, back to the center of the planet. Just fully surrendering it and trusting the bigger picture. As we fully surrendered our intention for this practice, we're going to open with a deep sound of Om, powerful sound of creation. You can either follow along or just receive. Deep inhale through the nose. Releasing your hands back down, back onto your knees, palms up. We're gonna keep our eyes closed. For the next minute or so, I want to invite you to bring the focus to your breath. In this right moment, we're not trying to control the breath, we're not trying to modify the breath, we're simply staying with it. Noticing what's happening in our own physical body with every single inhales and every single exhales. In this right moment, again, we're not trying to control the breath. We're a simple observer of our own physical body. Noticing each and every sensations attached to the breath. Feeling the colder air coming up your nostrils as you're inhaling. And the warmer air coming out as you're exhaling. Feeling your belly lightly expanding on the inhale and gently contracting on the exhale. During our time together for this next hour or so, our breath is going to be our anchor. It's going to be our best friend. Every time you feel that different thoughts are arising, every time you feel that your mind is wandering, you always have the ability to bring the awareness back to the breath. It's not about how many times you lose it, it's about how many times you come back to it. So again and again, the breath is going to be the anchor. When your thoughts start wandering, always bring the awareness back whenever you can. We'll take a couple more mindful rounds of the breath before moving into our first and only breathwork pranayama today. I'm going to explain it first. Our breathwork pranayama is called three-part breath or yogic breath. The goal of the practice is to allow different parts of the body to soften before getting deeper into a meditative state. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be inhaling and exhaling through the nose only, guiding the breath up and down. So we'll inhale low belly, mid belly, all the way up to the chest, and we'll exhale chest, mid belly, low belly. Again, to allow every part of the body to soften. We're going to begin with a deep inhale, a deep exhale, and we're going to get into it. Whenever you're ready, take a deep inhale through the nose. Inhale deep. Let it all out. We're going to take our first three-part breath. Deep inhale through the nose, inhaling in your low belly, bringing it up to the mid belly, all the way up to the chest. Top of the breath, maybe sipping a tiny bit more air onto your chest. And we're going to exhale it down, chest, mid belly, low belly. Couple more deep rounds. Again, feeling every part of the body softening. Deep inhale through the nose. Inhaling in your low belly, mid belly, all the way up to the chest. Top of the breath, sipping even more air onto your chest. And slowly, slowly exhaling it down. Chest, mid belly, low belly. Couple more deep rounds together, feeling every part of the body softening. Deep inhale through the nose, inhaling in your low belly, mid belly, all the way up to the chest. Top of the breath, we'll seep even more air onto the chest, and we'll slowly exhaling it down. Chest, mid belly, low belly. We'll take a couple more deep rounds, feeling it all softening. Deep inhale through the nose, guiding the breath. Low belly, mid belly, all the way up to the chest. Top of the breath, sipping even more air onto your chest. And again, we'll release it down, all the way down. We'll take 3 more rounds. Again, deep inhale through the nose, guiding the breath all the way up to the chest. Top of the breath, sipping even more air onto your chest, and this time we'll keep it in. We'll lock the breath for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling it down, all the way down. We'll stay empty for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 more rounds. Again, deep inhale through the nose, guiding the breath all the way up to the chest. Sipping even more air onto your chest, keeping it all in for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling it down, all the way down. Staying empty for 4 before our last round. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last round again. Deep inhale through the nose, guiding the breath all the way up to the chest, sipping even more air onto your chest for the last round, keeping it all in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling it down, all the way down. And slowly coming back to the natural flow of the breath. Checking in with yourself to see if this first breath work, pranayama of the day, allowed you to shift anything in your own awareness. Couple more mindful breaths. And we're going to move into our guided meditation. Again, if you want to lay down for the guided meditation, you're more than welcome to do so. If you want to stay seated, whatever is more comfortable for you. If you decide to lay down, I would recommend feet hips distance apart, palms up, open towards the heavens to fully receive. If you decide to stay seated, please use any pillows, any blankets, anything to higher your hips and be really comfortable. Whatever position you just chose, I want to invite you to check in with yourself to see if you could be 5 or 10% more comfortable in whatever position you just chose. Making any small adjustment, the neck, the shoulders, just finding this sweet spot for you and your practice. For this next 15 minutes, we're going to go through a guided meditation. So we'll begin by taking 3 deep breaths. Please take 3 deep breaths on your own to ground into your posture. Our guided meditation today is a universal practice, so I might mention different set of belief systems. If for any reason it does not resonate with your own, you always have the ability to switch it up to something that works for you. This being said, we're going to begin the practice. There's 3 different steps to this meditation. The first one is about opening the portal between the physical world and the spiritual world. The second step is about raising our own vibrations. And the last step is about coming back to the heart center. So we're going to open with our first step, opening the portal between the physical and the spiritual worlds. In order to do so, in our own mind, we're gonna start calling in some guidance. Calling in the names of different guides, different gurus, different masters, different ascended masters, different angels, different spirits, different ancestors, different grandparents, different parents, different friends that we met in this lifetime that crossed over. During this practice, we're fully relying on our own inner guidance. So we're trusting our own ability to open the door between the physical and the spiritual. We're trusting that the first names that are coming up to our minds are right. There's no right or wrong answer. We're just letting things flow. Calling in those guides and knowing that as we're calling their names, they're slowly moving down in vibrations in order to allow you to rise for this practice today. Some of you might have a very open third eye, very open vision, and the ability to see those guides. Others will feel them, smell them, touch them. We're letting go of expectation of how we're manifesting the spirit world today. The way we're manifesting the spirit world today might be very different than the way we manifested it yesterday or the way we will manifest it tomorrow. Every single day on this planet is a rebirth, so we're just accepting what is, letting go of what could be or what would be. As we started to open the door between the physical and the spiritual, we're going to invite gratitude. We're going to find gratitude at the deepest place within our heart, within our soul. And we're going to start blessing every single guide we just called with this vibration of gratitude for our own portal between the physical and the spiritual to become even wider. So we're going to thank those guides. We're going to thank them for showing up today. We're going to thank them for moving down in vibrations to meet us where we are in order to rise. We're going to thank those guides also for all those times in our life we ended up at the right place at the right moment without really knowing how or why, but knowing that somehow we were guided. Letting all of this gratitude flow freely. Maybe even letting go of words and allowing the gratitude to transform into a simple beam of light going from your heart to the heart of those masters. Simply using your own ability to visualize and tuning in to that beam of light going from your heart to the hearts of those masters you just called, expressing all of your deepest gratitude. Letting it all flow freely. And we're going to surrender the gratitude for now, trusting that it was all received, trusting that we allowed this portal to be fully open, trusting that our first step is now complete, that those guides will be here to assist us throughout the rest of the practice. We're now going to move to the second step of the meditation, rising our own vibrations. I'm going to explain it really quickly, but everything in this universe is energy. Everything that is energy carries a certain level of frequency, including our own physical body and everything within our body that makes it a physical body. During this process, we're going to rise the vibrations. This process is magical. It's almost like alchemy. What happens is the moment you start rising your own frequencies, a lot of other vibrations that are considered lower, such as fear, anger, anxiety, guilt, depression, stress, all of those vibrations will start transmuting into higher frequencies and slowly dissolving. So, as we go through this transitional process, we're surrendering everything that doesn't serve our higher purpose anymore. This being said, we're going to begin the first step. And in order to rise our vibrations, we're going to start counting in our own mind. You don't necessarily have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can go from 2 to 7 to 9 to a billion. The only rule in this moment is that numbers have to keep rising. If you haven't started yet, I want to invite you to start counting again, maybe 1, maybe a billion. It doesn't matter. You start where you start. And you just allow those numbers to rise. Maybe you'll skip some, maybe you won't. It doesn't matter. But as you're calling those numbers, you're still connected to your own inner self. And you're really giving the guidance to every single part of you within you to go a little higher, to let go of all that's not in alignment anymore. Calling as many numbers as you need, trusting that you will reach the exact right vibrational level for you today. You won't go too high, you won't go too low. You'll find the exact right sweet spot for you. Calling in a couple more numbers. Knowing that the vibrational level you're gonna reach might be different than the one yesterday or the one tomorrow. Accepting what is. And we're gonna take a break from counting for just a second, taking a minute to ask ourselves the question, am I at the right vibrational level? Listening to your intuition, listening to the answers that come through. If you feel that you're still a little too low, you have the ability to keep rising. If you feel that you went a little too high, this is the moment to let your numbers slowly drop to find the exact right sweet spot for you. Whenever you do find it, please let go of all numbers and take a second to ground into this new vibrational space. Taking a couple deep breaths on your own, noticing how it feels to vibrate so high. And we're going to move to our last step of the guided meditation. Now that we called all of our guides, now that we're vibrating so high, we're ready for the completion of the healing. The last step is about bringing the awareness back to the physical body and more specifically back to the heart center. The heart center is a portal, it's a door within your own self. The heart center is that space where we keep our essence. We keep this deep essence of unconditional love, this essence that's above duality and that has the ability to clear, heal, transform everything. When we first come to life as babies, everything within us is open, including the heart center. But as we go through different experiences, as we go through different heartbreaks, different traumas, we start becoming so scared of getting hurt that we block our own access to the heart, thinking that we're protecting ourselves. In this right moment, we're going to allow the energy from the heart to expand to every part of us, letting go of all the barriers we built within, allowing yourself to be fully vulnerable to our own self, allowing the energy of the heart to take over, allowing us to fully become this energy from the heart. So in order to do that, we're going to begin by visualizing the energy at the center of the heart. Maybe it will be a white energy, maybe it will be more golden, maybe it will be blue, pink, purple, doesn't matter. Just allowing yourself to visualize this energy at the center of your heart. However it's showing itself to you is right. And we're going to allow this energy to soften and expand. We're going to allow it to expand again to the crown of our head down to the bottom of our feet. But we'll go slowly. We'll start by letting it spread from the heart up to the throat, down to this chakra called the solar plexus, located halfway in between your two ribcage. So letting the energies expand from the heart up to the throat, down to that point, solar plexus, halfway between the two ribcage. Letting it spread, taking the time it needs as it's moving through you. Letting the energy of the heart infiltrate it all within you. And we're going to allow it to expand even more. Now that we expanded it all the way down to the solar plexus and the throat, we'll let it move down even more. We'll allow the energy from the heart to move all the way down to the base of our spine, all the way up to the crown of our head. Again, taking the time you need to let it move slowly, slowly. Allowing it to expand even more, letting it move through both of your arms, reaching your hands, and letting the energy move down again from the base of the spine, down to the bottom of your feet, up to the crown of your head. So the energy of the heart is expanding all the way down to the bottom of your feet, up to the crown of your head. Allowing every single cells, every single drop of blood, every single organ, every single bones within to get infiltrated with this love energy from the center of the heart, allowing the transmutation to keep going deeper. We're transmuting it all. We're allowing every cell to become that unconditional love energy, that essence energy. And as we were going through this process, we're allowing all of the old memories that have been carried in the cells, all of the heavy, dense memories, trauma, to be reprogrammed to this new vibration of love. So we're going deeper into the process of clearing all that isn't in alignment with our greatest self anymore. To take a step further, the beauty of this process is as you're healing yourself, as you're allowing your own heart energy to expand, you are healing yourself, but you're also healing your own environment, all of the people around you. The more beings on this planet are finding their way back to the heart, the more they're showing the rest of collective consciousness how to do so. This is how we're going to get to change the world, by one coming back to the heart, clearing the layers that we accumulated over time, distancing us from who we really are. This practice is not about creating anything. It's just about surrendering what isn't in alignment. Everything that we need to go further resides within us. So we're clearing the layers, polishing the inner mirror to come back to the source. Letting this energy move through you a little more. Feeling this wave of love expanding from the heart to your whole physical body. And as I just said, this energy, this ability, this practice is about healing ourselves and healing the environment. But to take it even deeper as we go through this journey, we're also healing our own family. Within ourselves, we carry our own DNA, and in the DNA, it is known that we move with the energies of 7 generations before us and 2 generations to come. So all of the family drama, trauma, secrets, we carry it. In this moment, as we're working with the energy from the heart, we can reprogram our own DNA by allowing it to align to the energies of love. And as we're doing so, we're letting go of the old programs, we're freeing our own ancestors, and we're freeing the generations to come, whether they're here or not yet, freeing the way for whoever decides to walk the walk. We'll take one more last quick step in this meditation before moving into the sound journey. And this is about allowing the energy from the heart to expand outside of the body. So far, we let it expand to the bottom of our feet and the crown of our head. Now we're going to let the energy from the heart go outside. Maybe it will be just a couple inches outside of your body. Maybe it will be up to miles around you. Many different traditions, including yoga, they believe that there are different layers to ourselves. There's the physical, the emotional, the causal bodies. But there's also different layers to our auric field located above the physical body. So as you're allowing the energy from the heart to extend outside of you, you're allowing every part of you to get a piece of that essence, to rebalance, to bring it to center. So allowing it all to expand as far as you want it to expand, letting the energy move freely. I want to invite you to stay tuned in to your heart center as we're moving through our sound journey. If for any reason your mind is wandering during the sound, you always have the ability to bring your awareness back, bring it back to your breath, back to the sounds. Again, if anybody is using headphones, I want to let you know that the sound might get a lot louder, so please make sure to adjust that. slowly come back to the physical body, taking deeper inhales, deeper exhales, starting to bring the awareness back very, very gently. Maybe inviting a little bit of movement onto your hands and feet, feeling the tips of your fingers connecting to one another again, allowing energy to circulate. Maybe inviting big circles with your wrists and ankles to allow energy to circulate one way and the other way. Inviting any bigger movement, arms overhead, knees to chest, anything that's comfortable, any intuitive movement, whether you're laying down or sitting. If you're still laying down, you can roll onto your right side in a fetal position for a couple of breaths, and we'll move in a comfortable seated to close the practice together. So making your way back to a comfortable seated position, keeping your eyes closed if possible. Whenever you do find you're comfortable seated, we'll open the shoulders, we'll let them drop down, open the hands up. And we're going to take 3 deep breaths like we did at the beginning to fully come back to the physical body. Deep inhale through the nose. Let it all out. Two more. Last one. We'll bring the hands back to the heart center, prayer position, one hand on top of the other at the heart. We'll remember again the intention we set at the beginning of the practice. Allowing again each and every cells of your physical body, mind, soul, spirit, to receive this guidance, to remember the seed that we planted. Knowing that this seed will keep growing as we deepen our own connection with self. Whenever you're fully connected to that intention, please release it, offer it back to the cosmos, back to the heavens, back to the center of the planet, fully letting it go. And we're going to close with a deep sound of Om, deep inhale through the nose. Bowing to your own heart, thanking yourself for showing up for meditation today. The divinity in me honors and recognizes the divinity in each and every one of you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you had a good meditation. I hope you enjoyed it. I believe some details were sent in the chat box with a couple messages were sent in the chat box. If you have any questions, you can send me a message. And yeah, thank you for joining. The recording will be live on the website very soon if you ever want to watch it again. You can also follow me on Instagram where I post daily meditations. So thank you everyone. Again, I'll send back my Instagram if anyone wants to connect for daily meditations. It'd be so nice. Bye, guys. So glad you enjoyed it. The comments makes my heart full. De rien, I don't know who wrote in French, mais de rien, c'était mon plaisir. Blessings from Joshua Tree, and for the people in Paris, I'm French originally. I feel it, I know what's happening, so I'm from all over the world actually.